welcome back to Orlando Out of Context. I'm Stephanie, and I'm back with a new co-host. You know, we didn't decide what we wanted to call you, what you wanted to be called. Jonathan or Johnny?
Hello, good evening. How are you today?
So
you can call me whatever you want, baby.
Call me by your name. Okay, so
Johnny, Jonathan, whatever's easy, what floats your boat.
Okay.
Since I spell my name different, a lot of people don't really know how to pronounce it at
That's
first.
why I ask, because it is a little bit weird. Okay, well, I'm here with Johnny. Johnny is going to be our new co-host. Brian, those of you who have been longtime listeners, Brian is moved on. He's doing some of his own fun things. If you do want to follow him, you can follow him on TikTok or Instagram at Brian Trex. So if you want to follow his journey, you can take a look there. But meanwhile, I got Johnny here, and we're ready to bring the hot takes of Orlando.
Well, I'm excited to be here. This will be a nice new adventure for me. I'm looking forward to doing all of these fun, crazy stuff with you and seeing what we have to do. And hopefully, the viewers and listeners will also love me too.
So I wanted to start by, something that we have done with our guests in the past is we want to start, since you're kind of like a new guest, what we do is we have you tell your Orlando story. So tell us just a quick bit about why you're here, what brought you here, what keeps you here.
Well,
I know that's a loaded question, but
it was a loaded question, but it's an important question. So I'm kind of glad that you asked. So I actually moved here back in July of 2000. So I've been here for 21 years.
Woo!
A long time.
You're just telling your age, girl.
I know. I'm really only just 25.
Oh. Okay. We'll stick with that.
But yeah, I moved here from South Carolina. My grandma actually lived in Tampa not her whole life, but a big chunk of her life. And we would always come down here to Orlando to vacation and, of course, to visit her. My parents got bored of South Carolina, and we decided to just move out here to Orlando. We came on vacation. My dad did a couple of job applications. He's actually a chef.
Where?
Sous chef. He works now at the Hyatt, which was the old Peabody Hotel.
Okay, we're going to be podcasting live from the Hyatt soon then, right?
Let's go. He worked everywhere. He did the JW Marriott, the Ritz. Like he's a big chef, but at home when I was living with my parents, he never cooked.
Well, not when you cook all damn day.
Cook.
Who wants to come home and cook after you cooked all day?
Hell, I come home after a long day of work and I don't want to cook either, so I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
But, we moved here 2 weeks later. He got a job offer and we just packed the van and just dipped.
Nice.
And I've been here ever since.
That's it's about the same as most other people's stories. Yeah. Just got tired of wherever they were and came to Orlando.
And well, with me, I'm still here in Orlando. I guess you can kind of say I'm here because of family still. I'm very close with my mom. There's been many occasions that I wanted to move out of Orlando, but I guess I've been kind of guilt tripped.
Yeah.
Even though my mom doesn't say it, but I do feel like she's guilt tripped me. But now I really enjoy and appreciate Orlando more than what I did when I was younger. So I'm glad to still be here.
And you're always finding, I've been here since 2006. And it's like I'm always finding new facets of Orlando. And especially the podcast has, opened my eyes to a ton of things that I never knew about before. As we age, we kind of go into new interests and, new things that entice us. So that's what this podcast is all about, exploring more of Orlando.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to see and do here in Orlando. A lot of people like to call Orlando Borlando.
Really? I never heard that.
Oh my God.
I've never heard that.
It's called Borlando. People call it Horlando.
Okay, well, I can be a part of that.
Guilty.
We like that.
Guilty.
Okay, so let's tell our listeners how we met. We were just trying to actually do the math.
So you don't want to lie to me. I met you down on OBT.
No, girl, that day that I was working it.
I saw you at that one corner on OBT. Listeners, if you don't know
tell
what
anybody
OBT
what corner it was, because I don't want.
That's a prime spot, right?
That's the prime spot. It's my spot, and I don't want any fans coming down there to bother me.
Hey, you might get more peeps like that.
Maybe.
No, we actually met at the gym. So we worked out at CF Fitness. It used to be called Gold's Gym. And at the time, I was already
Those of you
trained.
that have listened, we had Josh and Kim on the podcast, and they were our trainers, and that's how we met.
Correct. They were our trainers, and I was working out with Kim first. She was actually one of the trainers for the group class that we were doing called Alloy Fitness. And then I started doing personal training sessions, and that's when you came in, like maybe.
And sadly, like literally the week that I arrived at the gym, like I was doing a tour, and I told them I want to do personal training, and they were touring me around the gym. And when I was touring, Kim was actually teaching an alloy class, and I was like, oh, that kind of looks fun. Like I like a group environment. And then, they put me with Kim for personal training, and then like she never taught an alloy class again. So
nope.
I never did get to do alloy with her. I ended up having to do it with other people, but we did do the personal training together.
Yeah. Alloy was fun. It was a really good, fun experience. But then I really started enjoying the personal training because I started feeling that I was getting more help with my physical aspect of it. Versus with group classes, they're both great. Don't get me wrong, but like I felt like I was able to do more things when I did the group when I did the regular training with Kim, and that's how you and I met. We would have sessions together, or we'll have through crossing paths, and then now that Kim and Josh created their own gym studio. We get to see each other often as well too. So
if you listened, episode 78 was one of our most recent episodes, and we interviewed with Josh and Kim, and they gave us the update on their own fitness paradise. So if you do want to train with us or with Kim and Josh, listen to episode 78 and check out Fitprint. So let's see. Let's quickly do what we at Orlando Out of Context like to call the speed round. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and you're just going to like give me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Favorite Orlando bar?
Ooh. That's a tough one, but you said the first thing that popped in my mind was this bar called Southern Craft, which is right beside the gay club called Southern Nights. And they have these specialty cocktails, and I love whiskey and vodka, but I'm a bougie bitch when it comes to
whiskey and vodka.
No, yeah, those are my two.
Oh, okay.
Drinks.
I thought that was the signature cocktail.
No,
I was like, bro, whoa.
No, I love whiskey and I love vodka, but I'm a bougie bitch when it comes to drinking whiskey. I don't like just regular whiskey and coke. It has to be a nice cocktail beverage. And Southern Crafts has amazing specialty cocktails, and they have a seasonal menu that they change.
I never have been there. I've been to Southern Nights, never been to Southern Craft.
It's a little bit newer. I would say it's been around maybe for like 4 or 5 years at least, maybe a little bit more, but it's not like been around as long as Southern Nights. I don't know if they're closed right now because they were remodeling.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're open soon, and we can definitely take you there, and we can do a podcast about it because it's an amazing bar. Since you
definitely
was the first one,
stay tuned for that TikTok. Favorite Orlando restaurant?
Oh gosh, restaurant. Well, I live in downtown, so I do a lot of the restaurants around downtown. I'm trying to think of one that I actually love.
That's what we're excited for here. Johnny's going to bring us actually some of the heart of downtown stuff because, as you know, I live in the attractions area, so I'm a little bit removed from the city. You're a little bit more in touch with the city and what's going on downtown.
Yeah.
So we look forward to this new aspect here of getting this view.
So one restaurant that came to the top of my head is called the Stubborn Mule.
Okay, I haven't been to that one either.
Okay, the Stubborn Mule. They do really good happy hours with their drinks. Cute little appetizers. Nothing major. It's small with the appetizer menu, but their drinks are really great also. They have specialty cocktail drinks as well, which, again, they also have whiskey, but they have a little bit of everything. The Stubborn Mule is really well known for their burgers.
Oh, I love a good burger.
Brunch place. And it's right on, you can literally walk from the Stubborn Mule to Lake Eola. Right around there, you also have the Greenery Creamery, which I got to take you there.
We already talked about that.
Yes, but you haven't been yet.
No, haven't been.
So we got to go and try it out, and that can be something that you will
I've
really
had the
enjoy.
Greenery Creamery at Hungry Pants. They had a signature lavender flavor.
I love lavender.
Which was fire.
Okay, so you got to take
paired with a homemade blueberry muffin at Hungry Pants. So I had a blueberry muffin, and then I put the Greenery Creamery lavender ice cream on the top, and woo, it was good.
Well, they have a blueberry lavender ice cream, and it's vegan. And I don't really care about vegan stuff, but I'll eat it. Yeah. I've tried it. And like, if I have some friends that are vegan and vegetarian, I've eaten at, vegan restaurants and stuff, and it's pretty good. Is it like my go-to? No, not necessarily, but it is mainly vegan, and they also have, of course, non-vegan options as well. But I was surprised that lavender blueberry one was vegan, so it was really good. It really was.
So, are you the kind of person that likes to like walk out of your apartment and just like walk to bars and walk to dinner and like walk for drinks and then walk home? I've never lived in the city, and I feel like that's what city life is. Like, you just like walk down and you just like walk out, and you don't have to worry about Ubering or drunk driving.
Guilty. Very much guilty of that. Don't recommend it. We all still do it. Even though I do live in downtown, I don't live in a high rise. I live in a house. Even though I'm in downtown, I still drive when I go to like the clubs or bars in actual downtown. Yeah. I'm at least maybe like anywhere between 1 to 2 miles. And when you try to go out and look cute, a bitch gets hot. It's hot out here. It's humid.
That's the truth.
So when I step outside,
especially your hair, I bet your hair gets messed up by the humidity.
It gets so frizzy.
So wait till you see pictures of Johnny. He has like this beautiful, like luscious curly hair, and I bet the humidity fucks with that.
It does, but you know what? Like, I just put a little water in it, and it'll do its own thing, and it'll be fine. Like, it gets curly and wavy, and then I put a little water, and it goes straight. It gets curly again. Oh. So I'm constantly having to put water in it. So I do like the walking around, especially like if I'm in downtown. I'll walk around, maybe do bar hopping or go to a restaurant. But when it comes to going from my house to like a restaurant, no, I'd rather drive. Even when I've gone, like, even if it's just like right to Lake Eola, I'll drive my car and park by Lake Eola, even though I'm like a mile and a half down the road.
Yeah.
Because there's no scooters by my house. All the scooters and bikes and
stuff. You should take one and hide it somewhere.
No, because they have GPS tracker on it. So you can, if I have to, I can like.
But what if you picked it up in the city and you rode it home?
I do that.
I mean, it's not like illegal to have it at your house.
No. But they'll come and pick it up because they have GPS tracker and they have to recharge it. So at night, they'll come and pick it up.
Damn.
So that's the only downside. So I still, even if I don't drive, I still have to walk before I can even get to a scooter. So it's like, what's the point of getting a damn scooter if I'm already at my destination, So
True. I love those scooters. They're
fun.
They're a little bit scary, but
don't do it when you're drunk.
Yeah, don't do it when you're drunk.
Do it when you're drunk.
Or when it's real dark out,
I have a scar. Look right here.
Wow, you fell off a scooter?
Sunday fun day.
Girl.
I didn't drive, so my friend drove, and he left early, and then I was with other friends, and I was like, I'm not going to walk home. Let me just take a scooter home. I was drunk. I hit a curve, and this bitch flew face forward.
Over the handlebars?
Over the handlebars. I scraped my left arm here. I banged up my knee, and then I scratched my right elbow, and I was in so much pain.
So what did you do? You just got up and what? Just kept it moving?
And I actually had to walk a little bit because I couldn't ride at that damn scooter. I was scared. I was scared of it. I was like, you bastard.
I love watching like Instagram and TikTok videos of people wiping out on those. I like good entertainment.
One. I feel more safe on the sit-down scooters.
Do we have those in Orlando?
Yeah.
I haven't seen those yet. Wheels. I've only seen like the regular feet ones.
I don't like those. After that experience, I'm afraid of them. I mean, I'll still do it, but I prefer those sit-down ones because I feel like I have more control and stability.
All right, so last speed round question. What is your number one pro tip for anyone like moving to Orlando? So here we like to talk about pro tips. Okay. And these are like little ways to navigate Orlando when you're, new to the city. Because Orlando can be a little bit much because we get a lot of tourists here and it can be crazy at certain times of the year. So a pro tip is like something that you've learned living here that would help, ease living in a busy place.
Well, the first thing that popped up in my mind was avoid I-4.
Oh, well,
avoid I-4.
That's everyone's pro tip.
During like rush hour or any time. Like
basically just at all hours of the day at any time.
Yeah, I mean,
at any point.
Definitely learn the back roads. Even though I live in downtown, I'm always on this side of town, especially when we were working at the office. You know, I'm in the touristy side. So coming home with socks, so learning the back roads and then learning how to like what times to actually get on the I-4, you know? Not only that, but like you said, Orlando is all about tourists, and people think, oh, it's just all full of tourists. So it's cool to see all the touristy stuff, but start going out of the box and seeing what other things that the locals do. So that's why this podcast and, you know, this content is really nice, because it gives people, new viewers and, you know, locals, to see what other cool things there is.
People are always moving here, you know, from other areas for jobs, for school, for all kinds of things. So...
And there's so many areas, so it really depends on what type of job you want to do, what part of town you want. So it's just it really depends on the actual person.
All right. So now we got that out of the way. We got a little info about you. Just stay tuned. We'll get to know Johnny a little bit better. You're going to love him, I promise. So what we want to just quickly talk about is Orlando Magical Dining. So here in Orlando, this is the month where, as locals, we get to go out and try some of Orlando's best culinary offerings at a reduced price. So what's going on is there's 94 restaurants that participate, and you get a 3-course prefixed menu. So it's already made up for you. You have a few choices, but mostly you have to choose off that menu. And then what else?
Well, I love Magical Dining Month because it always falls around my birthday time.
That's right.
By the way, viewers, my birthday's coming up. I do take gift cards.
What's your Venmo, your Cash?
My Venmo, Cash App. I'll leave that later on for you guys. Cash tips. I take free shots as well. My birthday's coming up September 10th. So every year is always special for me, because the reason why they do Magical Dining Month is because this is, quote unquote, the slowest time out of the year, because kids are just done with summer. They're back in school. So things kind of die down a little bit. So they're now giving an incentive for us, the locals, to do. Now,
it helps you discover places you might not normally try.
Correct.
You know, and I did notice, if you go to their website, it really breaks it down for you really nice. By area of the city. Yeah. So if there's somewhere that you want to see what's near your house, or what's near maybe an area that you normally frequent, it'll give you a rundown. And I also saw something that kind of caught my eye, is that you can filter out per dietary request.
Yes.
So they actually had a ton of gluten-free options. I want to say like 38 of the restaurants on this list had gluten-free options on their menu, and they have vegan and vegetarian. So if
way
anything,
more than before.
Yeah, way more than before.
So y'all non-meat eaters, y'all have more options instead of just some hay and grass to eat, okay?
You can go to the filter and just click what you want, click where you want to eat, what your dietary restrictions, and it'll weed through that list of 94 restaurants to something that is going to be good for you.
And what's really cool about it is that they add different restaurants every year that I notice. One thing that I don't like what they're doing this year is they brought the damn price up. It's $37.
I know, man. We got to give that money to charity.
I'm just bitching. I'm being frugal here, because, you know, before it was 35. But you know what? This damn
was it 35 last year?
It was. I don't think we had it last year.
We did have it last year, and they actually extended it because of COVID. They extended it. I want to say like till the end of October. I think they extended it.
Because the last time I did it was in 2019, and I know the pandemic messed everything up, and that's why like prices are higher now, which is understandable. $2 is not bad. I'm just being frugal, but it is a really great opportunity because it does, like, if you're frugal, because some of these places, the regular menu prices are expensive.
Yeah, if you took what you're gonna get on this prefix menu and looked at the price of the regular menu, it's going to be way more than that $37.
So it is still a good deal. I like Magical Dining Month because, like, again, it's part of my birthday. So every year I try to do like a
You used to
different
just
restaurant.
make people take you out. So you know when you have like when your birthday's coming and you're an adult, you kind of have like a large group of friends. So you'd be like, oh well, you take me out this week and you take me out next week, because it's hard to kind of get everyone together on one single night. So you make all of your friends commit to a different night and just work your way through the 94 restaurants.
Well, hopefully I can get all 94 then, damn it. A lot of food and a lot
that
of
would
drinking.
be like how many? Like more than 3? You might have to go to like 2 meals a day for 5 days for the whole month.
Feed me enough and liquor me enough, I might put out at the end as well.
Oh, girl. Me too. All right. Well, let's see what we wanted to talk about. Some of our recommendations. So we haven't got the chance to.
Sorry to cut you, but before giving out some of the recommendations, something that's really cool that I like. I don't know if they do this every year, again, because I haven't done it in a while. They're actually going to do a lot of the money that they get for the year. They're going to donate to a good cause.
So they're donating what? $1 per meal.
Per meal.
But then they're also donating an additional $2,000 to, I believe, 6 new charities.
Yes.
And that's something new that they're doing this year.
The one that they're really benefiting for this year is called Pathlight Home and iDignity, which actually both help to combat homelessness out here in Central Florida. And that's actually been a really, really big thing here in Orlando, especially with market prices and rent prices going up every single year.
And COVID, yeah.
And COVID doesn't help either.
But if you want to learn more about that, you can check out the Magical Dining website to learn more about those charities.
Girl, ain't they doing something with the hotels too?
Yes, this is the new for 2021 is Orlando Magical Nights. So a lot of the restaurants on this list are actually in nice resorts, like
in hotels, yeah.
On hotels. So you can go ahead and pair those these meals with a nice little staycation. If you want to have like a little sexy night, for your birthday, have a meal and then head back to the room
and have some sexy time. Why
so
not?
Check out if you click on the website, it'll give you the list of all the participating hotels.
Yeah, which is pretty nice. A little staycation. It's always good to have a little change of scenery for sure.
Yeah. So tell me what one of your recommendations. We'll go back and forth. We just decided to pick a few of our recommendations and then a few that we also want to try. We haven't yet done any magical dining. We have plans to try a few meals. So what is one of your recommendations?
So one of my favorite ones that I've enjoyed in the past, and I want mine going again, is Eddie V's.
Eddie V's. That's one of those ones that the price is probably worth it.
Oh my gosh, yes. The regular price is expensive, and what's really great about their magical dining is that it's the same portion size like you would with the regular price menu.
So they're not going to give you a baby steak. You're going to get the full steak.
No. So I went for my birthday.
That place is classy as fuck.
Yes.
Like if somebody took me there on a date, I would be like, oh shit.
Exactly. That's why I like going during Magical Dining Month, because my broke ass can actually feel.
But how would you feel? Listen, if someone took you on a date, but then they were like, oh, but you only can pick from this menu. Would your thoughts change? Would you be like, oh man, he broke?
It depends, because if it's Magical Dining Month, it's like, okay, you know what, bitch?
It's for charity.
You're trying to save some money. It's going for a good cause. And, now if you limit me on a regular date, then we got some problems. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to order the most expensive thing on the menu. But, like, if it's just like a regular time, then, yeah, it would bother me a little bit. But for Eddie V's, it's worth it. It really is. When I went, of course you got to make reservations, so you can do it you can call them, or you can go on Open Table and make the reservations for any of the restaurants. And what's really, really nice was that when I got there, they actually had it decorated, the table for us. They had a little birthday card wishing me happy birthday. Yeah.
Even though you were there for magical dining?
Yeah, but my sister made the reservations and told them that it was a birthday celebration.
That's nice.
So that was really nice of them. They gave me a little birthday card. They were really special for me. What I ordered from there was the filet mignon. That filet mignon. It was delicious. I actually upgraded and got the jumbo shrimps, and they do it scampi style, so it was worth it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, I'm very picky when it comes to meat, right?
All meats?
red meat. Well, some other types of meats I'm picky too, you know?
Always be picky about your meat.
Oh,
That's
you
my
gotta
pro
be picky
tip.
with your meat. Yeah, you gotta be picky with your proteins, no matter where they come from.
You know, I don't think I've ever eaten a steak in my life.
No?
I might have had like 1 or 2 bites if somebody said, here, try this, but I've never eaten a steak.
Well, I'm very picky when it comes to red meat, and I bet a lot of listeners are going to probably be like, boo, boo-hoo, you dirty whore. I like my meat well done. If that shit is red or pink, get that out my face.
Doesn't it like dry it up though?
It does, but
I guess if it's a good cut
if it's
with enough fat, then it can handle to be well done.
And
right?
even well, yeah, but I think the secret is I like when I order my meat well done, it's a little dry, but I think because they put maybe more butter or other stuff, it doesn't feel so dry to me. And then they put, like I said, with the shrimp scampi, the nice salad. It was really good.
Do you use a sauce? Or
oh, yeah.
Do you not use a sauce when you're at a classy restaurant?
I don't care.
Is it rude to ask for like, hey, can a bitch get some A1?
I don't like A1, but I'll probably get some ketchup or some like garlic sauce.
Ketchup on a steak? On a filet mignon?
I don't eat a lot of meat, so I'm very picky with my meat, so I'm very particular with it. So when I do eat red meat, it's for a special occasion or a rarity for me.
Okay.
So that's why I don't mind. And yes, I'm picky. I'm a basic bitch. I do put ketchup on my meat.
Okay. I can roll with that because I love ketchup. I'll put ketchup on anything. What kind of dessert did you get there at
Oh my
Eddie
God,
V's?
the dessert was so good. So the dessert that I had was the banana foster. It was so amazing. They actually made it special, and they put caramel drizzle with saying "Happy Birthday, Jonathan" on there.
Oh, wow!
They bring the banana foster and they
light it.
But what's the word I'm looking for?
Flambe.
I couldn't remember how to say it. So they flambe the shit out of it in my face. Thank God they didn't burn these damn eyebrows. They did not brand my eyebrows because my eyebrows be on fleek. So yeah, so the dessert was good. My mom had the fish of the day. I don't know what fish. I don't remember what fish it was. I think it changes. I guess depending on what day it was. But she loves seafood and she loves fish. So
that's something about a classy restaurant is that everything changes because whatever's fresh.
Yeah.
They try to keep the freshest things that are in season. You all know that I'm not a classy eater. I'm a very basic eater. So you all know that about me. I'm hoping Jonathan can bring some class to the podcast with his eating style.
I have some pickiness, but I also like some nice, elegant foods from time to time.
You like the ethnic foods too, right?
I love ethnic foods, yes.
Tell us a little, what's your ethnicity?
Well, I'm actually Colombian, Russian, and Polish. Everybody thinks I'm Arabic. People think I'm Indian.
I thought you were Greek.
I was going to say I get Greek, I get Italian. I get a little bit of mix of everything. So I guess because of my culture, because of my background, my ethnicity background, and then a lot of my friends are also ethnic, it helped me kind of try and grow up with trying different foods. So that's why Magical Dining is really cool too, because not only does it give you an opportunity to try some fancy restaurants, but also try some other ethnic foods that maybe you would have never tried at a more higher end as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. So one of my recommendations would be Vincenzo.
Ooh.
I might botch this. I don't know if that's Vincenzo. So this is on iDrive, and it's next to Vincenzo.
I think it might be Vincenzo.
It's Vincenzo.
Okay.
Vincenzo. This is next to the bowling alley there by the I on iDrive.
I've heard it, but I've never been.
This place is good. It's good Italian. Love it. I get the shrimp and the fettuccine. I've been here for a couple times. We went for Magic Dining last year. I just like this place. That's all I have to say about it. It's really good Italian food, fresh.
Do you got a favorite dish that you like from there? Or?
I'm basic. I really like just shrimp and Alfredo sauce.
Okay.
And angel hair pasta.
Ooh, I like angel hair pasta. I like actually
something light. I'm not really into pasta that much anymore. But when I go to a nice Italian place, pasta's good.
Lately, I've been eating gluten-free pasta because I love pasta, but it bloats me.
Yeah.
So with the gluten-free pasta, it actually helps with some of that bloat.
Have you tried any of these new ones that are like made out of chickpeas or some sort of vegetable?
I haven't, but I heard that they're pretty good too.
We should try sometime.
Try to cut out the carbs so I can lose this gut.
I know, right? That's why we be killing it at the gym a couple times a week, trying.
You got to.
What's next on your list?
One that has been around for a while that I've never tried. It's called Seasons 52.
Oh, that's right over there by Eddie V's.
Yeah, it's right over there by Eddie V's off in Dr. Phillips area off of Sand Lake. What's really cool about this restaurant that I haven't been to is that they do change their food every week. Hence the reason why it's called Seasons 52. It is very expensive to go there on a regular day or whatever. Hence probably why I haven't never gone or had any friends who are willing to want to pay to actually go. So I'm kind of excited to try it out. I don't know if they change their menu on a daily, even during magical dining, but based on what I've seen online, it's, seemed pretty cool. Kind of some, similar stuff with option of fish, meats and chickens. What was really interesting was the salmon that they had there. It was Norwegian salmon with some French green beans, marble potatoes. I don't know what the hell marble potatoes are.
That sounds like just some fancy.
I know, some fancy potatoes and a dill mustard sauce. So, and then they have all of these really cool dessert options that look very tasty because I do have a sweet tooth. So.
Me too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So even if I don't go, even if I go for their magical dining, I would still like to go on a regular week to see what they have. And I like the fact that they kind of keep you on your toes because they change their damn menu every freaking week.
Keep you coming back.
Exactly. And spending a lot of money.
One that I want to try that I saw on the list was called The Kitchen. And this is at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Ooh.
Not the Hard Rock Cafe. The Hard Rock Hotel at Universal. Have you ever been to the Hard Rock Hotel?
To walk around, yes, to kind of check it out, but to stay there, I haven't.
Yeah, I've been one time, a long time ago. I had an interview there. I had an interview to work at Apple there. They were having this huge group hiring event. So other than that, I've never got to really explore that hotel. They had something on there that interested me, that piqued my fancy. Cauliflower rice with grilled shrimp stir fry.
Ooh.
And cauliflower rice is good. It's better for you than real rice.
It is. But it also depends on how they season it, because some places
it's very it doesn't have any taste, really.
No taste.
You have to, but I think it absorbs anything that it's cooked with very well. And then they had on their dessert list a black velvet chocolate cake. Have you ever heard of black velvet?
I heard of red velvet, but I never heard of black velvet. So
I really want that. I don't know. I just said black velvet chocolate cake.
Oh my God. I love anything
I love
chocolate.
red velvet, so I love anything chocolate.
Yeah, I love chocolates too.
Okay, so then the final one would be a place that we want to go, that we're going to try to go together.
Yes.
And that is
the Sharks Underwater Grill.
And I've been trying to hit this place up for the past 2 years. It's kind of hard. I think the reservations here go quick. This is at SeaWorld, and you get to dine with the fish. Not with them, but where you have a view of the tanks. So I believe that's probably why it's pretty popular.
I think you're going more for the experience because, like you said, you're basically in underground in their tank, their big old aquarium. So you see the different fish, obviously the different sharks. So it's a fun, unique experience. And again, regular price, it's definitely more expensive. So I think that's one of the main reasons why this particular spot does fill out, which is pretty cool. Something that I would really like to try, I love lobster bisque. Eddie V's has also good lobster bisque, but here at the Sharks Underwater Grill, they have a cold water lobster bisque that seems kind of interesting. And I want to try their key lime martini.
Ooh.
So it's basically like a key lime pie, but in an alcoholic beverage. So sweet dessert and alcohol, sign me up.
So this place here, you don't need tickets for SeaWorld. If you are going for magical dining, they will allow you to enter the park for the dining, and then you can stay afterwards. The first reservation for magical dining starts at 3 p.m. So it says to book online at SeaWorld.com/magical dining.
Yeah, you gotta get those spots because they've been pretty much filling up. I've been checking online for us, and I've been seeing spots usually between 3 and 5, and all of the other ones later on, all the ones on the weekends are pretty full up. I wonder how they, I wonder how they're gonna control. Thinking how I am. If I'm gonna go for Magical Dining, if I'm already at SeaWorld, might as well just take advantage and go on rides. How would they know once I'm
Well,
already in
it says on the thing that once you're there, they allow you to stay in the park. But if you look at the park hours, a lot of the hours this time of year are like, I think the park is open till only like 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
So if you're going for like 4 or 5 o'clock dinner, by the
time you get out,
it's donezo.
So you gotta be smart and then do the early one.
Try to get that 3 o'clock slot.
Get that 3 o'clock slot. Have some dinner. Don't get too full so you don't throw up on the roller coaster.
I know, right?
And then get on some rides. Oof. Ooh, look at that. Dinner and adventure all in one.
So hopefully we'll get a spot there. I really wanted to go last year and the year before, but it just didn't work out.
Well, hopefully it does work out for us this year, even if we have to maybe go on one of the earlier ones. And then when we do our next podcast, we can definitely talk about our experience out there, because that's something that I've also been looking forward to trying out as well, because it is a very unique
Have
experience.
you ever ate at Coral Reef at Disney?
No.
It's kind of the same experience.
Really?
Where you're behind the tanks and, floor to ceiling aquarium.
That'd be fun, though.
Yeah.
But they don't have that one on the list this year for Magical Dining.
No.
Yeah. But they do have some really other cool restaurants too at the Disney hotels that I have to really look at, because there was a couple of them at the Disney hotels that I kind of wanted to try out too and see.
I think Swan and Dolphin. There's a Swan and Dolphin restaurant.
So, yeah.
And a few others. All right. Well, let's see. What are some things that we can have our listeners look forward to? We're going to be covering, we're going to be back. We're going to be trying to do, I know it's been a couple months now. Our goal is to get back to regular posting. Maybe not every week, but maybe once or twice a month you'll hear from us. You can always check us out on TikTok or Instagram. And what do we have to look forward to?
Well, I mean, you got some new energy, some new vibes. Definitely would like to try out some new places, maybe get you out of your comfort zone. You get me out of mine. Orlando really has a huge gay community. Since I'm gay, I would love to be able to explore some of the gay things as far as, businesses, places to see and do. Not only that, but I'm also really big into like the EDM world, like electronic music, and
what you have some events planned coming up, don't you?
Oh yes.
Where are you going?
So
that is way beyond my comfort zone. I'll tell you right now, that is worlds away from my comfort zone.
Well, there's always different DJs coming out here to like the different, clubs here in Orlando. So there's a couple of venue spots that we can definitely talk about, later on in another podcast, as far as if you're an EDM lover or want to give it a try. But for this month of September, I'm actually going to Atlanta for the music festival out there called the Imagine Music Festival. So it's similar to the EDC, but it's the Atlanta's version of it. And every year is in September. And the last time I actually went was in 2017 when you and I met. So they're actually now at a new venue. So it's at a bigger spot. Obviously, they've been, growing and expanding and upgrading since it's same thing with EDC, because EDC used to be only 2 days. Now it's 3 days.
Wow.
So I want to talk about kind of different things like that. Maybe some other cool bars and restaurants.
Halloween coming up.
Oh
my favorite time of the year. So be ready for our Halloween episode. We have a couple Halloween events on our calendar already.
Oh my gosh, yes, I love Halloween.
So I'm excited for that.
Me too.
That's my favorite thing.
I'm actually excited for this new adventure with you, to be honest, Stephanie. I'm glad to.
I love when people call me Stephanie. Nobody ever calls me Stephanie. So when someone calls me Stephanie, I'm like, ooh, it just feels so
what
like.
You want me to call you, girl?
Like you, you mean
Queen,
it.
Your Highness.
No, I like it. Just to hear it once in a while. Like how the people that love you, they always call you by a different name. Like if people really love you, it seems like they have nicknames for you.
They do.
So people are always just calling me nicknames. So like when I hear my like legal name, it just catches my attention.
It depends how it's being said, right?
Yeah, it depends how it's being said.
No, but for real, I'm really looking forward to it. I think this will be a fun new endeavor for the both of us. I'm looking forward to, putting in some new insight, new energy. And like I said, for us to have this adventure together and get both of each other out of this comfort zone and learning some new things as well. So, and then to give our viewers something new and different to hear and see as well. And hopefully in moving forward in the future, kind of engaging a little bit more with you guys as well. So I'm excited.
Me too. All right, guys. Well, stay tuned. And, make sure you follow us on the Instagram and the TikToks. And we will be back soon with a new episode.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys for listening in and looking forward to have you guys hearing more things from us later on.
All right. Bye.
Till next time. Bye.